Alright guys, so in this video we're going to touch on phrasing when you're asking a woman out, when you're asking her on a date. And this is related to another video that I previously posted on how to ask a woman on a date. In this video I'm going to be going in depth into phrasing and why I phrase certain questions a certain way in order to kind of maximize the results. And this is just a philosophy, a mindset that I have. As a guy, you want to be able to gauge a woman's interest in you as quickly as possible, right? You guys are productive. I talked about this before. You guys are productive. You guys have things going on in life. You guys have goals. You don't have time to be talking on the phone for hours or texting for months or on FaceTime talking about nothing. And then when you actually ask her out on a date, she's not even interested, right? So in the previous video, when I talked about how to ask a woman on a date, I emphasized being confident, being decisive when you're asking her. And I also mentioned that when you phrase the question, you want to phrase it as, what's your schedule like next week? Or what's your availability next week? Now there's a reason why I phrase the question that way. Now notice the phrasing that I use, and again, the phrasing is super important. I ask, what's your availability next week? Or what's your schedule like next week? I don't ask, are you free Tuesday evening? Or are you free Saturday night? Now, why is that? Let's say you ask her, hey, are you free Tuesday evening? And she responds back and she said, well, Tuesday evening, I have an event, after work, I won't be able to make it. And then you ask her again, well, what about Friday? Well, Friday night, I'm going out with my girls, we're going out to get drinks, I'm not available Friday. And then you come back and you say, well, what about Wednesday night? Well, Wednesday, I've got a networking event that I have to go to, I'm not free Wednesday either. Now, why is that an issue? Because in the back of her mind, now she's thinking, well, this guy's free Monday, he's free Friday, he's free Saturday, he's free all the time. He doesn't have any friends, he doesn't have any social life, he doesn't have goals or things that he's pursuing, he doesn't have activities that he's involved in outside of dating, right? That's what she's asking herself as you're constantly asking and trying to pry and see what day she's available. Right now she's starting to question your social life. Now she's starting to ask herself, well, how ambitious or how driven is this guy? He doesn't have other things that he's involved in or other goals outside of just dating and outside of women, right? And aside from that, now you're overextending, right? Now you're proposing individual days, basically telling her these are the days when I'm willing to make time for you in my schedule. And you may not notice this, but as you're doing that, what you're doing is now you're opening the door for her to pull back a little bit. Now she sees, well, I can tell that this guy's pretty interested in me. I can tell that he's willing to make time in his schedule to see me and to go on a date with me. Now she can kind of pull back a little bit and kind of relax and say, hey, he's not that much of a challenge. He's not that much of a catch. I know that if I were to hit him up at any point, he'd be available, he'd be willing to go on a date with me. So that's why you want to ask her, what's your schedule like next week? Or what's your availability next week? And in reality, guys, I don't care if you are free Monday through Sunday and you have nothing going on. She doesn't need to know that. Now, I do want to ask you why that's the case, and that shouldn't be, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, and that's a topic for a whole nother video. When you phrase it as, what's your schedule next week, that gives her a span of 7 days, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to let you know when she's available to go on a date with you. Now, if she says that she's busy or unavailable the entire week and she doesn't respond and give you an alternative of maybe proposing the following week, chances are, and I'll just be honest with you, the likelihood of her going on a date with you is very low. And I want you to understand, guys, that if she doesn't end up going on a date with you, it could be for a variety of reasons, right? Maybe her interest in you just isn't that high. Maybe it is her schedule and she's just super occupied and really doesn't have the time to go on dates. Maybe she's not really in a mindset where she wants to date at the moment. Or maybe there's another guy in the picture. Understand that no guy is immune to rejection. No guy is immune to a woman not wanting to go on a date with them. It happens to all of us. Happened to me. It's gonna happen to you. It happened to your dad. your grandfather, your uncles, your cousins. It happens to all guys. When I created this channel, it wasn't with the mindset of making you think that every woman that you talk to or that you communicate is going to want to go on a date with you. That wasn't why I started this channel. I know that there's a lot of posts out there, or maybe blogs or other channels might say, hey, these are the top 5 things you can do to get any woman, or these are the top 8 things that you can say to get any girl. That wasn't my mindset as far as creating this channel. Guys, understand that there are billions of women out there. Not each and every one of them is going to be into you. But what I wanted to make clear and make sure people understood is there are a lot of guys out there who they don't understand their potential as far as dating, or they aren't maximizing their potential, or maybe they just don't feel like they're worthy of that girl, or they don't feel like they have a chance when it comes to that woman. What I seek to do is help you maximize your capacity to attract a woman that you're interested in, and help you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made, and some of the steaks that eat a steak, and help you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made and the mistakes that a lot of guys make when they're interested in a woman. Alright guys, double salute. Let's wrap this thing up, but make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and love to hear some of your experiences. Comment down below and tell me about a time where maybe you've tried to ask a woman out and you felt like you were chasing her, or some success stories where you've implemented this strategy and where you've gotten success as far as scheduling dates with women. I'll catch you guys next week with another video. Another video topic today. As always, before you check out the video, make sure you like, comment, and of course subscribe. Alright fellas, so for today's topic,